Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to midweek check-in. Hold on one second, let me get my my Instagram going. Make sure it is right. Are we live? Welcome. If you are here, please say hello to me. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a wave. Hey, Shelly, I see you. Welcome. Okay, so if you guys are joining me, please go ahead and let me know that you're here, okay? If you're watching the replay, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit #replay so I know that you stopped by to say hello, okay? So, guess what? Tonight, we're doing midweek check-in. I know I'm coming to you maybe like a day late, but that's okay. Wednesday or Thursday is usually my day. Hey, Shelly. So basically, I had a whole... What happened? Uh-oh. My live ended on Instagram. Hold on one second. I don't know what happened. Hold on, you guys. You know I'm like trying to get with the program here. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Let me close this. I don't know. Maybe there's too many things going on. All right. So while this is getting ready on Instagram, tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about this whole phenomenon called Love is Blind. Okay. So for those of you who haven't seen the Netflix series, you need to watch. Hold on one second. Let me get this Facebook going here. Instagram. All right. Can you guys see me? So I'm looking at both cameras. I tried to put these as close together as possible so that it doesn't look like I am looking. I know it looks crazy, but whatever. Hold on. Give me a second, you guys. Give me a second. It says that it's starting, but I don't see anything. All right, you guys. If you are in Instagram land, say hello to me. Let me know that you're here. I don't know if the video has started yet or not because it keeps saying starting and I don't know what's going on. All right. So basically tonight I want to talk to you guys about, okay, here we go. Instagram, you with me? I think you're with me. All right. So tonight I want to talk about Love is Blind and my infatuation with Love is Blind. All right. So I know this month we're talking about woman power, and I had planned this whole, I wanted to talk tonight about feminine energy and masculine energy and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it tonight. I just wasn't feeling that tonight. And I want to talk about something that makes me feel excited. And yeah, so I just switched up the topic. So I think this is going to be interesting. I just want to share my thoughts with you about this whole Love is Blind series, okay? So if you are with me, say hello, wave to me, you know what to do. If you're in Facebook land, shout me out, okay? So basically, in light of like this whole coronavirus and all the things that are going on, I just want to talk about something that makes me feel good, that makes me feel happy and excited. So I'm switching it up tonight, and I want to talk about this Love is Blind series, okay? Because this is like, I'm pretty much infatuated with this series. Not even the series, there's just like this one couple, and I'm sure everybody who's watched the series knows what I'm talking about. So, I want to talk about something. Okay. Hey, Erica, I see you. Okay. No spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil it. I don't know where you guys are in the series or with the process. Okay. But I really want to talk about this because I feel like I have been, really thinking about this series, thinking about this one specific couple, which I'm going to get into. And I really just want to talk about it because, there's just a couple of things that have come across my mind, and I've been really thinking about it a lot, okay? So for those of you who are joining me for the first time, welcome to my page. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sharonapatrice, and I am the go-to empowerment and lifestyle coach who teaches women how to follow their passions to build a life that they think is impossible. And every week I come on and I do different talks about different types of subjects. And tonight, like I said, I really want to talk to you about my infatuation with this Love is Blind series and how I'm literally on this bandwagon and I'm really just loving this show, okay? And I'll get into the reasons why and my thoughts on that. So If you're here, please say hello. Let me know that you're watching. So basically, and it's for those of you who don't know, I'm doing both Facebook and Instagram. So if you see me, it feels like I'm not looking at you. I see you. I can see you. I'm just looking at with this one specific camera, so I don't look like I'm crazy. Okay, so basically, for those of you who don't know, there's a series on Netflix called Love is Blind. Okay, so the whole premise of this, it's a reality TV show. For those of you who don't know, I'm into my reality TV shows. It's like my guilty pleasure. So basically, it's a show where there's a group of women and a group of men who literally date blind. Okay, so they go to this secret location, and they cannot see each other. They don't know anything about like race, age, physical appearance. They're not able to see each other. It's all blind dating. They go into these private pods and they have these dates, right? They're conversation, they're talking, they're getting to know each other. Okay, the goal of the show, or I guess the premise of the show, is to answer the question, is love blind, right? So can you fall in love with a person that you haven't seen before, that no physical attraction, you don't know what their race is, you don't know what their background is, you don't really know anything about them. The only thing that you're basing this decision on to marry, because that's at the end of the show, the whole point is if you find someone that you love or fall in love with, you get engaged, then you can see the person. Then after several weeks, you get a chance to walk down the aisle, and you can either say, I do, or I don't, once you get there, okay? So that's just kind of like a high-level summary of what this show is about. So I won't spoil it because I see Erica said no spoilers. So I won't tell you what happens, but if you are on social media and you have been watching the show or you're aware of the show, you may already know who's together and maybe who's not. Okay, but I may have to spoil it for some people because there's one specific couple that I need to talk about because that's the whole point of me being infatuated with the show. Okay, so there's a couple, Lauren and Cameron. Now, this couple really touched me. I mean, to the point where like I literally have been like stalking them a little bit on Instagram. Not even a little bit. I have been stalking their pages because I just genuinely am, and I'm just so, I don't even know what the word is. I just feel so excited for them. I feel excited for them. I feel excited about their love. And as you watch the show, you can see, I mean, they're not the only couple, but like literally this is like, it is my favorite couple. And pretty much from the things that I have been seeing and hearing, I feel like it is the most favorite couple on this particular show. You may have your other favorites, but I really like this couple. And I believe the reason why I am so about this couple is because I could see the process and the progress of how they connected and then how they started to fall in love and like the whole progression of the relationship. And what I really genuinely like about their specific relationship is that it feels really, really genuine. Okay, I don't even know how to explain it to you. It's like you can feel the love, you can feel the thing. There's like this thing that they have, okay? And I was just, when I was watching the show, I didn't really know what it was, right? So like I just kind of go through, how you go through Netflix and it offers, different suggestions or whatever. So I just clicked on it and I was like, okay, well, let me just see. But as I started watching the show, I really got into it. And the reason why, like I said, like this couple stands out to me is because I feel like it's really genuine. I feel like they really made a genuine connection. Now, for most people, this is not the ideal circumstances. Most of us would not sign up for a reality show, go into this whole blind dating thing, and then come out at the end engaged and then let alone married, right? That's a lot. It's like, it sounds really crazy. However, I feel like with this particular couple, their relationship, I do feel like it was fate or destiny in some shape and form. I don't think that this is something that everybody could do, but I don't really want to focus on kind of like the whole like idea of how they, form the relationship per se, but I want to focus more on like like how the relationship, how it presents to me. So it really feels genuine. It feels like they are in love. Like I believe them. I don't feel like it's fake. I don't feel like it's forced. I don't feel like they are pretending to be in love. I don't believe any of that. So I have been following them this week. I think I started following them and just watching all their stories, looking at their pictures, and part of me was just like, first of all, I am nosy. I like to know things, okay? But I'm really not that type of person to be like, oh, I'm just gonna stalk this person on Instagram or whatever. I'm just, I mean, I may follow, I may watch, but I'm not like all into it. But I have literally, I'm just going to use the word infatuation because I have been infatuated with this couple. Every podcast that they do, every interview that they do, everything I find on YouTube, anything that they post, I just want to know. Like, I am so excited. I am genuinely happy and excited for this couple. I don't even know these people, okay? I don't know anything. I mean, I only know what everybody else knows, what they share with everybody else and what I've seen on the show. But I really enjoyed watching them. I enjoyed seeing their relationship progress. And when I started thinking about it, I was actually talking about it earlier today. I went to go get my taxes done. And I was talking about it to my tax person. That's another thing. I keep talking about this relationship. I don't know these people. But when I started thinking about like, okay, well, Sharona, why are you so like into Lauren and Cameron? Why do you care so much? Like, why, like, is this, taking over your mind space? And I believe it's because it gives me hope of, being able to find love like that, right? And seeing people who are genuine. I know in the dating world today, it's like you're trying to pick through the weeds, so to speak, right? To get to the flowers, or, like digging for your diamond in the sand or whatever, or in the rough. Like, you're trying to find that person that's genuinely for you. And what the show showed me, or what they taught me, was if you're just genuinely yourself, if you show up as yourself, if you show up as who you are, and you are open, okay, to love and being vulnerable, you can find this, right? Okay? Yes, Erica, you like them too? Yes. I mean, seriously, they're like my favorite couple on this show. Okay? Yes, it's hard out in these streets. It is really hard out in these streets. But I like I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. It's like this feeling, at first I thought it was going to be a typical, reality show, right? But their story felt different to me. Their story felt real. It felt true. It felt like these people were really looking for love, okay? Now, I'm not going to go into all the other couples. I'm just going to focus on this one couple because this is like my favorite couple. But I could see their love, and it just made me question, like, what if we all took the time to really get to know a person, right? Like, I mean, I know it's not ideal for you to be cut off from the world, because that's another thing. Like, they didn't have access to cell phones, internet, social media. Like, they were cut off from the world while they were going through this process. So they didn't have distractions. They didn't have like their day-to-day jobs. They didn't have like family members or friends, giving opinions. They like were in this process making these decisions for themselves based upon the conversation. And in my mind, I'm like, well, what if we really could show up like that every day? What if we really presented or focused on dating in that way? Whether you're single, or maybe you're already in a relationship, or even maybe you're married, right? Like, just focusing on the person. How much deeper could we connect to people if we really just focused, right, on the person? Not what they look like, not what their race is, not what, all these other things are that come into play, but like really focusing on it. So, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. Like, is love really blind? I've personally not experienced this particular situation, like a love at first sight thing, right? And I don't even want to say it's love at first sight, because they really couldn't see each other, but it was definitely an emotional connection. Okay. So basically, in my mind, I'm just like, okay, wow. Like, first of all, I do believe in being able to connect to someone emotionally. I do believe that we all have the capacity to do that. But again, I feel like why they stand out is because they were just so open and so genuine, and they both were really looking for love. Okay. So now it brings me to the point of, why is it that let's just say, like, I mean, like I said, we probably wouldn't be in that particular situation, right? Like, I think a lot of people, I don't think there are many people who would sign up for this type of thing. I think it takes a very special type of person, and you really have to be ready for this process. But why can't we go forward and try to do this in our day-to-day lives? Like, why don't we? Because guess what, you guys? It does not take 5 years to figure out if this is the person for you. It does not take, all these long, drawn-out things. Yeah, you do need to get to know a person and take your time, but why are you 5 years down the road and you still don't know what you're doing in your relationship? That to me does not make any sense, right? If we really took the time to get to know the person and you paid attention to the person that you are communicating with, that you are talking with, that you're dealing with, you would know. Okay? Hey, Sandy, I see you. You would know. So that's my point. Like, if we could all just take the time to really reflect and assess, like, what is it that we want? Okay? What is it that we're looking for? And like I said, in this moment right now, because of all the things that are going on in the world, you know, we are all aware, like I said earlier about the coronavirus, we are all aware of all the things that are happening. And to be honest with you, you know, it feels very bleak. Like, if you watch the news and you're constantly, you know, listening to all the things that are going on, you will be like afraid to leave your house, afraid to live your life. There's just a lot going on, you guys, right? So to me, this has been a light, okay? A light. Like, I thoroughly enjoy watching them. I mean, I don't even know, they're not even doing anything spectacular, but I really just love watching their love and watching how they communicate with each other, the way that he looks at her. Oh my God, you guys. The way that she looks at him, like, it's just, it's like very rare. And I feel like the reason why people are talking about the show and, you know, watching the show multiple times, because I've seen it. I've seen the episodes multiple times. I know. But the reason why is because it's a change in pace. It's different. It's not like the drama and again, I'm talking about this particular couple, the drama and do this for TV and it's none of that. Like, I think people are looking for things that give them hope. They're looking for things that are light. They're looking for, genuineness and authenticity, and why, and also, I'm sorry, not why, but celebrating people who are in love. Like, can you imagine being in a relationship and everybody around you just wants you to win? Can you imagine? Like, everybody's rooting for you. Everybody wants you to be successful. Everybody wants you to, be together forever. Like, that's an amazing thing, and so anyway, I just want to talk about this because I want to feel good, and this makes me feel good. And I also want to know your thoughts and opinions about it. I don't know if you guys have seen the show or you have heard about the show. I know Erica said not to spoil it, but I mean, pretty much from what I'm saying, I'm sure you can tell that, what happens with them in the end. But I won't go into, like I said, all the other couples. This one in particular is the one that stands out to me most. So anyway, yeah, I want to just talk about how you can really connect with people and being yourself. And the other thing is, I know when you're getting to know a person, you may feel afraid to open up, or maybe afraid to talk about the things that matter. But I feel like depending on what you're trying to accomplish or what you're trying to do, whether you're just trying to date, or maybe you're trying to be in a, long-term committed relationship, maybe you're trying to get married. But if you are really looking for something serious, something long-term, we got to get real. We got to start being like showing people who we are, because the other thing I like about this relationship is he is him and she is her. Okay. There's a couple different elements to the relationship. So when they were in the pods, obviously they couldn't see each other, right? So she didn't know what he looked like. He didn't know what she looked like. And they just fell in love from the person. Okay. Okay, Erica says she's only seen the first 3 episodes. Okay, Erica. Okay, I won't spoil it for you. And she also says no one is willing to be vulnerable these days. They don't want to make the effort. That's very true. And I understand why. It may be hard to be vulnerable, but again, like, I know I'm not going to go into feminine energy and masculine energy. That was kind of going to be my conversation for tonight, and we can talk a little bit about that. But it's really, but that's part of being in your feminine energy. Remember I talked about earlier, it's like when you are open and you are receptive and you need to let your guards down. We have both sides of our energy. You have to let your guard down. But you have to, in order for you to achieve greatness, right? If you want great love, you want great success, whatever that is, you have to be willing to open yourself up to receive that. You can't go into it being guarded or blocked or, oh, I don't want to say this or I don't want to do that. Like, imagine what you would do or who you would attract if you were just to be yourself. Because, when you look at it, like, you're going to attract the person that's for you. And whoever doesn't like you or doesn't want to be with you, well, good, because that's not your person anyway, So I'm just wondering, like, how would it have turned out had they not been themselves or had they not, just been real, And also, I think you have to have a good understanding of yourself. So the other thing I wanted to point out was, so being open. What was the other thing? Oh, self-sabotage. So as I've been watching Lauren on these, so they're doing they were, I don't know if they're still doing it. I didn't see anything today, but they have been on like a press tour or like a promotional tour. They're going to different cities and, they were on the Ellen Show. They've been on different podcasts. They've done interviews. And I heard Lauren talking about how she was really, she really had to get past her block of self-sabotage. So she had been in some relationships in the past that really, obviously they didn't work out and they didn't go well. But she mentioned something like, I'm just doing this in summary, I'm not quoting her, but she mentioned saying that when something was going good or when something felt really good to her, she would immediately feel like, oh my God, well, I don't know, this is probably going to not end well. So let me just go ahead and get prepared for the worst. And I feel like a lot of us do that, especially as women. We do that if we've been hurt before, if we've been in relationships where people have, done things to us, maybe cheated on us or treated us badly. And we immediately start to just, shut down, or we build up a wall and to protect ourselves. I get why we do that. But what I like about what she was saying was she recognized that that's what she was doing. She recognized that she was setting herself up to fail. Like, she'd met this amazing guy, okay? She fell in love in this pod, and then it was like all these thoughts were coming through her mind of like, oh, is this really real? Is this really true? And I get that. That's normal, right? Like, I would think that in that situation, you would question those things. But what I like about what she was saying was that she recognized that that is what she was doing. And so when she recognized that, she immediately was like, okay, am I going to allow that to prevent me from being, this is the happiest, she said this was the happiest she's ever been. Okay, so how many of you have been in that situation? You're in a relationship or whatever. You're feeling good about something. You're on a high, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute, let me come back down. I don't want to get too excited. I don't want to be too excited, right, Sandy? Sandy says my friend doesn't want to go past the looks. She's all about the looks instead of getting to know someone. That's why she doesn't have a man. Sorry, but true. Yeah, like exactly. What if we took all that away? Don't get me wrong. I do believe you need to be physically, like, you have to have some sort of attraction to a person, right? Like, there has to be some sort of an attraction. But how would it be though, like, if we were willing to open ourselves up to like really be like, let's just like look at the situation with Lauren and Cameron. She said that she'd never dated a white guy. And she said, had she not been in this situation, he probably wouldn't have even been on her radar. Look at what she would have missed out on. Okay, so that's another thing, especially us with Black women, women of color, or just, you may not be willing or open to date outside of your race. It's a preference. But I would just say this, if you can just consider, or just not even just take all that out of it, right? Like, what is it that you're really looking for in a person, right? Yeah, we already know you want to be attracted to the person, but is it only the attraction that is going to keep you there? Like, what else? What else is it that you need from the relationship, from the person? You know what I mean? Like, do you guys feel like the emotional connection trumps all that? Or do you feel like it's a combination of both? I'm just curious to know. Because for me, I do feel like you can have an emotional connection to someone, and then, you can, like, they can become more physically attractive. Like, not to say that you're not already attracted to them, but you can be even more attracted to them because of how you connect with their soul, how you connect with their spirit, the things that you have in common. And I do believe in this situation, to me, that this feels more like a soul connection. It feels to me like these people were meant to be together. I don't know if any of you have experienced that, but that's what it feels like to me. But what if you took all those elements out? Like, I just, you guys, seriously, I'm so in love with this couple. Like, I've never been so excited about somebody else's love in my entire life. Like, I don't even know what this is about, but I am drawn in, I am sucked in, I'm here for it. And I really want to keep this type of energy going. And I feel like there are a lot of people that have been impacted by their story. There are a lot of people that have been impacted by their love. Erica says, I also feel like they can be more attractive the more you get to know them. Yeah, I do too. Like, you can, but what if you didn't eliminate people from the bat, like off the cuff, like you just look at a person and be like, no. Like, you don't even know what you're missing out on. You don't know like the depth of the person. You don't know like what they bring to the table. You don't know what their strengths are. You don't know, what they can add to your life. So I feel like we as women, we have to really open ourselves up, and we have to really look at this whole self-sabotaging thing. Because when I heard Lauren talking about that, I could relate to that. Like, I could see how, how many of you like just been in a situation and you thought like something was too good to be true, right? So what do you do? What do you do when something's too good to be true, right? You literally start trying to find all the holes. You go looking for all the things that are wrong. You try to figure out, what's the real true Hollywood story, right? Because you're like, he thinks he's slick, or no, there's something, he can't be that great, right? Like, it just cannot be, right? And I think also part of that too is there's a self-sabotaging factor, but there's also, are you ready for it? There's also this thing of not feeling like you deserve to be treated well or to be loved that way, right? Like, you're not worthy of that type of love, or you're not worthy of that type of, care, concern. Like, why not? There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. And if you just show up as who you are every day, then the person that is meant for you, that will value you and all of you just for being, not necessarily doing, but being who you are, that person can find you. So it's sort of like you have to be yourself to shine your light so that people can find you. Like, if you're in the dark, or you're pretending to be somebody else, or you're hiding all these things that you think are not, good or quirky or weird, or be weird, be awkward, do you, be you. Like, seriously, you guys, I feel like we can be attracting the right people in our lives, not just romantically, but friendships, other relationships, partnerships, if we just show up as who we are. But in order to do that, you have to know who you are, okay? Erica says, I run, laugh out loud. Yes, a lot of us run. Something is so good and we run. Erica says, yes, I do that. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm not deserving of love. It's sad, but yes, it's true. Like, we have to, that's why it's important for you to do the inner work. You have to get to the core and to the bottom of why you're doing certain things. So I was listening to this podcast. Oh my God, what was the name of it? It was by Celebrate Your Life events. They did like it was called Soul Fest. And there were several speakers on that. It was like last week sometime. And Lisa Nichols was on Soul Fest. And no, it was Lisa Nichols. There was another woman. I can't remember her name. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. I will find it and I will post it in the comments after. But there was another woman who was talking about how we need to get curious about everything. Like, in order to understand who you are and to get to know who you are at your core, ask yourself questions. Like, even when you're responding to a thing or not responding to a thing, right? So if someone says something to you and it triggers you, ask yourself, why? Why did that trigger me? Why did I get mad about that? Why did that make me feel a certain way? Like, that is really about you, not about the person, but what is it about that thing made made you upset? Or what is it about, like when you're feeling something, what is that, right? If you're, even when you're happy, I'm so happy. Why am I so happy right now? Why am I so excited? Because I started doing this when I was thinking about this relationship with Lauren and Cameron. Like, why am I so into these people that I do not even know? I don't know these people. Okay, I don't know them, but I am so here for their relationship. I'm here for their love. But like, you have to start asking yourself questions like, why do you not feel like you deserve love? Or when you're in a situation, think about relationships you have been in that maybe have not ended so well, whether it was on your end or the other person's end. Why? What happened? What did you do? What did you not do? What did you accept? What did you not accept? And why? Just keep asking why. Be like one of those little, how kids are always like, why? You answer their question, they're like, but why? You answer their question, you're like, but why? Like, be that person. Be the obnoxious, curious little kid for yourself to get to the bottom of why you are preventing yourself or blocking yourself from receiving goodness, abundance. And I'm talking about abundance in all forms: love, money, resources, connections, relationships. Like, why are you sabotaging yourself? This is the question you need to ask yourself. And if it is because I don't feel like I deserve it, or because I don't feel worthy, or why? Who told you that? Or where did you get that message from? Or what did you go through in your life to experience that? Or, why do you feel that way? Where's that coming from? Okay. Sandy says, yes, my friend did the same thing. She did everything. She did everything to find out more about him, and all of a sudden it was over. Yeah. Okay, Sandy, so what are you talking about? All of a sudden it was over. Why was it over? Was it over because she saw him or something? I guess I'm confused. She did everything to find out more about him, and then all of a sudden it was over. Wait, did she find? Oh, okay. I was talking about how you seek to find all the negative things about a person. You're looking for the thing because you think it's too good to be true. Is that what you're talking about? And then you sabotage, and then you're like, oh yeah, I knew it, right? But see, that's another thing too. Sometimes we self-fulfill that prophecy. So think about it. You go looking for a thing, or you are determined to find something wrong with this person. Guess what? You're going to find something wrong, right? You're going to find something wrong. Now, I'm not saying don't be diligent, and I'm not saying to be just like not use common sense or not use your intuition or your gut. That's important too. But we really have to work on this as women, you guys. I feel like even though this was Lauren saying this, I feel like a lot of us do this as women. I'm talking about us as a whole as women. We self-sabotage. We accept things that we should not be accepting, right? We put ourselves in situations that we should not be in. The other thing is, hold on one second, you guys. I feel like my nose is like running. We put ourselves in situations where, like, we know something is not good for us, but because we want what we want, we just continue to move forward. We have to really do better with that. And how we do better with that is being more introspective, going within. When you guys are getting out of a relationship, or you're in a space where you're by yourself, meaning you're not in a relationship, you're not dating, or you're not, go within to figure out who you are, what you want, why you are deserving of it. You have to get clear about that for yourself. And again, going back to the comments and the information about last month about self-love, loving yourself. How can you possibly want someone to love you more than you love yourself? It's just like, it doesn't work like that, okay? Sandy says yes. Okay, yes. Okay, Sandy, so that's what you're talking about, finding all the things. Yeah, finding things that, like, is it really a deal breaker? And that's another thing. Being clear about what is your deal breaker. What do you want? What don't you want? Like, I just feel like, you guys, we put a lot of emphasis on the other person when something doesn't work out. Oh, this person did this, or they didn't do that, but is it? And some of that could be true, right? But what about you? What about you? Like, what are you doing to show up in the relationship? What are you bringing to the relationship, right? So changing your mindset about the relationship, changing how you're approaching the relationship. Like, I'm telling you, even in this situation, we can take some things from Lauren and Cameron, okay? You have to be able to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to be yourself. Like, are you comfortable with who you are, right? Because if you're not comfortable with who you are, how do you expect somebody else to be? And that goes back to loving all of you. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, everything. The quirkiness, the weirdness, everything. That's what makes you you. But you never know. What you think is quirky or weird, that person that is meant for you may find that extremely attractive. So that's why it's better to show up as yourself than to be this other person or send, what is it called? Sending your representative to talk for you, speak for you. Now, I know that I'm not saying like this is just like this easy thing for people who are so used to trying to conform and to be and to do all the things that they think they're supposed to do. I know that this is not an easy thing, but if you can just start taking steps to question first, right? Why you are doing certain things and what it is that you want. I mean, like, do you really know like who you are, what you like, what excites you, what makes you happy, what pisses you off, what makes you sad? Like all these things about yourself. Do you really know? I mean, like, I feel sometimes we feel like we know, right? But like, I was driving in the car a couple weeks ago and I was just like, I really want to try some different types of things. So there's a couple things that I like. I like wine tasting. Actually, I just went wine tasting with my friend Rachel and her daughter. It was her birthday this past weekend. Shout out to Taylor. I had an amazing time. But I know that there are certain things I like. I like wine tasting. I like Zumba class. But when I was thinking about, okay, I want to try some new things, in my mind I was like, I'm like, what do I like? What else do I like to do? Besides the things that I already know, like what else? What else would I want to do? Like what if someone were to ask me, well, what do you like? What do you want to do? I mean, I know those few things, but what else? Like, is there anything else I would want to try? Anything else I'd want to do? So it's really important to take time to figure out who you are. Like, date yourself. If you're, like, for example, if you're single and you're not in a relationship, right? What type of date would you want to go on? Like, if you could design your perfect date in your mind, right? With the perfect guy that's perfect for you, what would that look like? Or the perfect person, doesn't have to be a guy, whatever you're into, but for the perfect person, what would that look like? What would you do? What would you say? Where would you go? What would you wear? How would your demeanor be? Like, think about that. Imagine how that would look, and then maybe do that for yourself. Like, put yourself in the feeling of that so that you can attract that to you, okay? So, anybody, something, I don't know if we just cut off. Sorry, guys. Something's going with my computer. But yeah, so it's important for you to show up as who you are, know who you are, take the time to get to know who you are. And it's okay. This is not about perfection, okay? When you recognize, as Lauren did, that you're self-sabotaging, what can you do to correct that? What can you do to change that? Okay? Do you guys have any other things to add about that? Like, what else do you feel like you do? Have you ever been in a relationship or in a situation where you're just getting to know a person and then something happens? Is it you? Is it the person? Like, what happens? Or do you ever get to a point where you feel like, okay, I'm going to give a little bit, but not too much? Have you ever been in that situation? Right? So, like, how can you really find love if that's what you're doing? So I just want you guys to think about these things. I want you to really, you don't have to be infatuated like I am with Love is Blind, but this is what sparked the conversation, and I wanted to talk about something that makes me happy. So if there's something that you feel inspired by, or like if there's a couple that you feel motivated by, or you feel hopeful about, like, why? What is it about that couple? And it's not to say that you want to be the couple, but like, what is it that you admire about their relationship? What is it that makes you feel excited, right? So like I said, I really love seeing their love. Like, I love seeing them in love because it's so refreshing to really see people who are genuinely in love. I mean, he is ready to, like, I don't even know. The way he looks at her, I don't even know how to explain that in words because I just feel it. Like, every time I see them looking at each other, I'm like, oh my God, it's that thing. Okay? But, like, what would you do? Like, how would you show up if you had that type of relationship in your life? Or what is it that you feel like is preventing you from having that? Okay. But yeah, like I'm supportive of them. I'm here for them. I don't know. Like, I'm on Team Cameron and Lauren. I want them to win. Erica says, I just know that if I'm dating someone that I think is too good for me, I back out. Yeah. So Erica, why? Why do you back out? Ask the question, why do you back out? What is the worst that could happen? Why do you back out? And she says, yes, I like their journey. Me too. I love their journey. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I could talk about them all day. Like, literally, I think I've watched every single clip of every single podcast interview that they have done since they've started. Like, I've literally watched them all. Because, and it's not even like, I don't even know what I'm looking for. I just want to know. I just want to know what they're doing. I want to know what they're saying. I want to know where they are, what's happening. Yeah, I feel like I need to know. I feel like I need to know. Okay, Erica says, because it's scary. Yes, it is scary. But there are other things in your life that are scary. But, like, can you flip it and say, like, well, what if, though? What if nothing was wrong? What if the person that you are getting to know is really the person? What if he really loves you for you? Who What Podcast? Sandy says, who What Podcast? So Lauren and Cameron on the show, they, oh my God, girl, there's so many. I don't even know. I know they were on, like, the Today Show. They were on the Ellen Show. They did, I think it's called, I don't want to mess it up. There was a podcast, it's called Women in the Office or something like that. They did a podcast with them. They were on Sway. Was it Sway in the Morning? They were on Sway. They've been all around. They've been, I think, they were on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. I think they were there last week. They've just been doing like a series of press tours, like just a series of interviews and stuff like that. So if you do like a search for Lauren and Karen Love is Blind or Love is Blind Lauren and Cameron, it's Cameron Hamilton and Lauren Speed. So their Instagrams are I think it's Cameron Reed Hamilton, and I think hers is Lauren, Need for L Speed. So if you follow them, you'll see like they post a lot in their stories, and they post a lot about like where they're going and what they're doing. So you'll see, and they probably have links to the interviews. You could also do a search on YouTube if you're curious to see like what podcasts and what interviews they're doing. They were doing a whole bunch of them. But yeah, so if you're interested in learning more about them, that's how I've been finding out. Because I mean, yeah, I just found them on Instagram, and then I just started following them, and I just literally every time they post something, I'm here. Okay. No. Actually, they don't have. Cindy says, okay, I thought it was their own podcast. No, they don't have a podcast, but they do have a YouTube channel. They just started a YouTube channel. If you want to follow them, I think it's called Hanging with the Hamiltons. So you can go on YouTube and do a search and subscribe to their YouTube page if you want to know. I guess they're going to be posting all different kinds of things, like journeying their relationship, things they're learning about each other, family stuff, cooking stuff. I guess just as they're growing as a couple and getting to know each other, they're going to be posting things on their YouTube page, so you can follow them there. But yeah, I just really love this couple. I'm just telling you, this makes me happy. Every person that I have been talking to within this last couple weeks, I have literally been raving about this couple that I don't even know. Okay? Maybe one day I will bump into them because I think they live in Decatur. So that is really not that far away. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be like at the store somewhere or shopping, and I'll bump into Lauren or somebody. I don't know. But if I do, I'm definitely going to say something to them because I need to let them know how I feel about this whole situation. And I really want them to succeed. I really want them to do well. I want that for everybody. I want everybody to find love. I think everybody deserves love. I feel like everybody it's like seriously a basic need. Like, we need to be loved, right? Like, love of yourself, love from other people. Like, why not? Like, why? I mean, to me, it's been like a breath of fresh air to focus on that. You know, in a situation right now with, like I said, coronavirus and, like, you know, stuff going on with the election. I mean, there's just so much just darkness and negativity and heaviness. You know, to me, I think maybe that's one of the reasons why too I've been so infatuated, is because it's something that makes me feel good. It makes me happy. You know, I want to see what they're posting. I want to see what they're doing. And I literally just feel like inside, I just feel so good that they are together. I'm happy. I'm happy they did the show. And I honestly just wish them well. Okay, so, but yeah, I just wanted to come on, you guys, and talk about this because I just really, I don't know. I'm just like all about them. Sandy says, wait, are they the age difference people who are like 30 years apart? No, they're no. No, that's not the couple. I won't ruin it because I know there's some people. Erica said not to spoil it because she's only like a few shows in, so I won't spoil it. But I mean, I pretty much kind of spoiled it a little bit. But I didn't give all the details. I'm just talking about, I mean, they're like the main, you'll know who I'm talking about when you watch the show. But no, they are not that couple. This is a different couple. You'll know when you see them who I'm talking about. And you'll, like, if you haven't seen the show, as you're watching it, you'll understand the dynamic and why it is, like, it's just a very interesting, and I don't know, I'm just happy for them. I'm happy and I'm excited, and I feel happy that I am happy about somebody else that is not even me, okay? So, no. No, I know who you're talking about, Sandy, but I won't ruin it because I know some people haven't seen it. I know who you're talking about. That's a different couple. That's a different couple. But yeah, so Cameron and Lauren, my favorite couple on Love is Blind, my infatuation with Love is Blind. And I don't know, I may talk about this again depending on how I feel, but I wanted to just come on and I wanted to address those couple of things because, you know, being open, you know, look where that can get you. Okay. If it's the right person. And that's another thing I want to point out. You can get to the bottom of stuff really quick. You know, but again, it has to be two people. I'm speaking to, like, our perspective. Now, how the guy shows up, I can't speak for that. But if you just can be true to yourself and show up as who you are, guess what? If that person is not for you, guess what? They're going to move to the side anyway. And don't you want to find the person that's really for you? Because I know I do. I would want to find the person that's really, really, really for me. So I just think that no relationship is perfect, okay? So I don't want to paint this picture. I'm sure they go through their things or their ups and downs or whatever it has been. Like, because, I mean, it's a relationship, right? But I just appreciate the genuineness. I appreciate the authenticity. I appreciate the showing up. And I also appreciate how real she was about sharing about the self-sabotaging and, you know, thinking that things are too good to be true. And what I really appreciate even more is that she made a decision, because that's where it starts, with the decision. She made the decision to move forward and not allow those same patterns and the same things that she was doing in the past prevent her from having an amazing thing. Because, you know what, you guys, I feel like that happens. We can have something so great in front of us, and what do? We mess it up because of our own stuff. So, moral of the story is, it's time to work on your stuff. It's time to get to the bottom of your stuff, okay? So that you can be ready for your person, okay? So you can have your perfect relationship, your perfect union. The person that is for you, they can find you, okay? Shine the right light so they can see you, all right? Don't be shining other people's light because then you're going to attract the wrong person, okay? That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to attract the right people in our lives, all right? All right, you guys. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say? Because I feel like I've been rambling. The camera froze. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. The camera froze. Is it back? Can you see me? Are you guys still there? Give me a thumbs up if you are still here so I know you're here. If you have joined me, I know I've been talking a lot. If you have joined me since I started, please give me a thumbs up. Send me a heart, something, a face, I don't know. Wave to me. so I know that you're here, okay? If you're watching the replay, can you go ahead and just put the hashtag replay so I know that you watched the replay? And I love that because I love the love, because love is awesome. Okay. Erica says, yeah, I was frozen. All right, you guys, sorry if I was frozen. I don't know what's going on. It could be my internet connection. I don't really know what's happening. Okay, good. All right, we're good to go. All right, so do you guys have any other thoughts, comments, things you want to share? Anything that I said that you feel like, I don't agree with that, or yes, I'm all about that. Like, let me know so I can respond. All right. Hey, Rachel. I see you. Is that a blue heart, purple heart? Yes, I love it. Okay, Rachel, you know I'm on here talking about Love is Blind. You know, my favorite couple, Lauren and Cameron. I've been talking to Rachel about Lauren and Cameron for like hours at a time. That's what I've been doing because I just don't know why I need to talk about it, but I just do. It makes me happy. It makes me excited. All right, you guys. Guess what? It's time for me to go. But if you like this video, guess what? Please share it with your friends. Tag someone you feel like needs to hear it. Push it out to the universe because you never know. Yes. Okay. Somebody is waiting to hear this message. All right. And if you want to talk more about this, because I'm always willing to talk about Lauren and Cameron and how infatuated I am about their relationship, please put your comments or leave me a note and saying, yes, Sharona, I'm here for this all day. Because I know I am not the only person infatuated and all about these people's lives. All up in it. I am all up in it. Okay. All up in their stories, all up in their Instagram. I'm here for it. All right. All right, you guys. So with that being said, I'm going to go because I don't see any other comments here. Let me check on Facebook. Facebook land, are you there? Are you there? I look really shiny in this camera. Okay. I don't see. I think Shelly's gone. I don't know. All right, you guys. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to come on and talk about something light and fun and airy and happy. Like I said, in the light of all this other stuff that's going on, because I'm not here for it. I don't want to deal with it right now. I want to focus on good things. And that's another thing. Focusing on good things brings more good things. Okay. Focusing on what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. I'm all about that. Rachel's all about that too. She's been talking about feeling good. It feels good to feel good. And that's where I'm at right now. So, all right, I'm going to let you guys go and have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your comments, for your questions, for your thumbs up, for your emojis, all the stuff, all the things. Okay. All right, you guys. So I will see you all in the next video. All right. You guys have a good night.